Once you log into your account, you'll be greeted by your dashboard page. At the top of your dashboard will be a portfolio snapshot showing your cash balances, portfolio value, buying power, and a little bit of information on your returns and the rankings. You can hide this snapshot. It's on almost every page by clicking the Hide Portfolio Snapshot button. Below you can find a summary of your current open positions. You can click between these different tabs to see what your holdings are in different security types. For each security type, you'll see, for example, on stocks, you can switch between a standard view, which is just a list, a 1-day chart, a 30-day chart, and a 1-year chart. These charts will show you what this symbol has been doing over the last time period you choose, and the color depends on whether or not you're making money on this stock. So for example, I'm making money on both Apple and Sprint, so both of the charts are green. If I was losing money, the chart would be red. It's a good way to get a quick overview of exactly where you're making and losing your money. For both the standard and list view, there's the same elements involved. There's the symbol telling you what it is. By hovering over, you can get this company description. These buttons will take you to the chart, a current chart of this, a much more detailed chart than the chart view, and the current market news for this symbol. Next is the quantity of your current holdings. Price paid is the price you paid for this stock. Since I bought this stock less than 15 minutes ago, it will say delayed here. But after 15 minutes has passed, it will show me the exact price that I filled at. All of our orders fill in real time, but we're only allowed to show 15-minute delayed prices, which means that for the first 15 minutes after you make an order, you won't be able to see the price. It will also show you the last price in the actual markets. The market value is, again, delayed here because I just made the purchase, but it will tell me exactly what my market value of this is based on the current last price and the quantity I've purchased. The profit loss tells me exactly how much percentage I've made on this position, and the trade button will let me close this position right away. If I were to click this trade button, it would open the trading window with 10 shares of Sprint stock because I have Sprint stock and 10 shares of it. It will automatically populate to close out the position of any holdings you have. We support the chart view on stocks, options, mutual funds, futures, and spots. We do not support it on bonds or future options. For stocks and mutual funds, if you don't currently have any holdings, we actually give you a list of some of the most popular traded symbols on our system so you can see what's out there available just to see what you want to buy. So this rotates every few seconds with a different set of logos for companies and mutual funds that you might be interested in. You can get some news about this mutual fund, a chart of exactly what this mutual fund has been doing, and a quote for what this has been doing over the last few months as well. This trade button will automatically open the trading window with this symbol filled in on its own. Below we also have a portfolio chart, which you can chart your portfolio performance against any of these popular indices. You can switch between a 1-month and a 3-month view of your portfolio chart. If you want to see another view of your open positions, you can go to the main open positions page, where instead of having separate tabs, you can have all of them out in one place in their own little boxes. They're all listed right one below the other. I personally prefer the dashboard page because it takes less space, but if you want to see everything all at once, this is a great place to look. Your closed positions is an estimated profit and loss of every trade you've made. So for example, when I sold my Sprint stock, it tried to estimate exactly how much I made per position I had. So it says I lost 5 cents when I sold these 5 shares of stock. This is a weighted average and does not count for commission charges, which means that this is not ever going to be perfectly accurate in the amount of money you actually made in each position. It's just to give you an idea. These numbers are not used to calculate your portfolio value, your percentage returns, or your rankings. However, you can download this report straight to Excel by clicking this button here. Your transaction history is all the trades that you've made that have actually executed. You can change which date range you want to look at by changing the dates in these dialog boxes here. And again, you're able to download this whole thing to Excel by clicking this button here. It will tell you the symbol, the quantity, the security type of what you traded, the price filled, again, this has been less than 15 minutes and so it's not going to tell me, and the trade date of when I made this trade. This action button will give me the option to trade this symbol again. Your account balances page gives you a bigger picture of what exactly your account has been doing from a dollars and cents perspective. For example, you can see my current cash balance at the top here, how much I've made when I've been short selling. Any margin trading I had would have my loan balance here, Any interest I earn on cash would be here. Any interest I'm charged on my loan would be here. Your market value, again, works the same way. This is the value of your current long positions, short positions, interest you've made, and your total market values. Your buying power works much the same, except you also can get an idea of how much of your funds are restricted by your future transaction margin requirements and your option margin requirements. If you sell to open an option and you do not already own the underlying stock, then you'll have a margin requirement. This will also give you some more information on your portfolio returns and how many trades you have made versus how many you have remaining. Each tournament has a finite number of trades allowed, so as this counter runs down and this one runs up, you have fewer trades remaining. The right-hand side here has the rules for this tournament, listing things like how much cash you started with, the trading starting and end dates, the registration starting and end dates, how many trades are allowed, and more information like that. You can also get information on the minimum stock price. For example, a lot of tournaments have a higher stock price than this to prevent penny stocks from being traded, commission charges, and position limits. For your position limit, this means you can have only 25% of your portfolio in one single option. I can have as many options as I like, but just to force diversity, I need to have at least 4 if I want to use 100% of my portfolio value. The same information for stocks is down here. The last item here is the cash rates. If I am holding cash in my portfolio, I earn a 3% annual interest rate on that cash, which is paid out every day. On the other hand, if I have a margin and I'm trading on margin with a loan balance, then I have an 8% interest charged every day on the cash that I've borrowed. If you want more information about the kinds of orders you've placed that haven't executed yet, you would look here under Order History. Your order history will show you all of your orders, whether they've filled or not. You can even see the status in this last column here. If all of your orders have filled, this will look almost the exact same as your transaction history. However, if you do have open orders, you have the option to cancel or edit that order by clicking the Action button here. You can also sort, again, by the date range, or you can just look at what orders do I have open, which orders do I have filled, which orders have I canceled, and which orders have I made that have expired. If you have any other questions about the site, the first place you can look is under the About section, this FAQ. If we get a lot of support tickets about something in particular, we'll add information to the FAQ to help people get that information more easily. For example, what is the bid-ask price? We give a fairly detailed description on exactly what the bid and ask price is. But if you have some questions that you can't find the answers to in the FAQ, you can go to the Contact Us button here. This is a user support form. All you need to do is fill in this information and our support desk will get back to you within 24 or 1 business day. We pride ourselves in excellent customer service, so if you have any questions at all, just fill in this form and send it to us and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.